you can just pay straight with a credit card, and have it sent to you. You know, it'll automatically create you an account with CrossMint, and it'll be associated with your email account, and then you can transfer it whenever you want.
Whoa, that's amazing. I like that. I think the Trump NFT was where I saw like they try to do something like that. They did it though. So I think it's really cool. I love it. I think
Yes, sir. So that's pretty much it. But I'm just doing this last thing, enabling CrossMint for production, and we should be good to go. And I'm going to deploy the site. Technically, I pasted the link to the contract. We're technically live right now. For anyone who's whitelisted, but hold on, I haven't whitelisted anyone. So give me a second to whitelist everybody, and then we'll be live. If anybody wants to actually mint, if they got something to do, you'll be able to.
Yeah, so going back to the CrossMint integration that we've done, we've always said that we really want to make it easy for kind of like crypto and Web3 to be accessible for anyone, which is why we wanted to make sure that everything we do going forward can be paid for in multiple different ways, just to make it easier for everyone else.
1000% yes. And I mean, one of the coolest things is now that we have this CrossMint thing figured out, we're gonna enable it for all Jumpstart campaigns going forward. And we've been talking with the CrossMint team, and we should also be able to enable it for all previous Jumpstart campaigns that's launched.
Are you going to be able to mint SK tokens too, or buy tokens with them?
Yeah, they do have a cross-chain credit card token buying system, so we should be able to integrate that as well.
So CryptoBuddy can no longer speak because he is using his account to stream it to other accounts now. So unfortunately, he won't be able to say anything going forward.
Oh no.
Now that he's not speaking, he's going to be getting ready in the background to get his free mints to be one of the first 100. He's secretly sneaked off.
Yep, for me, I think that is the most important thing that people are gonna miss, you know, and they're gonna come back and say, "Hey, we didn't know," but that's it. It pays to, you know, to be updated and to follow and to be committed, you know. Yeah, so I think that's just gonna be like thank you for everybody who is here, like, and supporting.
Yep, 1000%.
Crypto Buddy when you change that profile picture.
Yeah, we all do, man. It's gonna I'm gonna lose my blue check again. I'm be hurting for a little bit.
How does that work with the blue check?
They just make you a regular commoner, and you lose your check for like some weeks.
Pay for it again, or is it just reinstated after a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it just gets reinstated after a few weeks. But during that time, you don't get any engagement, and everyone thinks you're a pleb. And it's just like not fun. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see. Here we go. What's going on here? Why are we having this problem again?
Let's see what's the market looking like. Normally when the market does dump, it makes the fees go a little bit higher. So keep that in mind if anyone's trying to mint at this time. Because we definitely had a correction. It's weird. The only thing to add to that one is the weekend. That's why I try to stay away from trading on the weekends, because it's most of the time people would cash out on the weekends, go vacation, pay bills, stuff like that. Especially after this big run up, I can definitely see it. Thought about shorting it, but I've learned my lessons with shorting, so I'm just gonna wait on the sideline. But Monday should be good for us. What do y'all think about the XRP news?
Wow, I've been seeing it trending on Twitter all day. As I've been checking the SideKick account, it's all people are talking about. Crypto Twitter is very pleased.
Have you been up to date with the Ripple stuff, Sasha? So I know you've really just taken on crypto once you joined the team, so came a long way. But I know that one's been going on in the background for a very long time.
Yeah, so I try to keep up with like all of the news and what's going on, but to be honest, there is quite a lot to keep up with. As a beginner, it can be quite confusing.
Yeah, no, that's it's impressive how far you've came. I mean, you're talking now, like before, you stayed in the background, and now you've gained enough experience. But with the Ripple stuff, yeah, it's exciting to see. I really thought that China was going to push the news, because when the news came out, China was still sleeping. But then when I woke up, I saw that didn't really carry on too much. And then, of course, the weekend comes, and I mean, everything. It wasn't just crypto that really took a little dive. It was stocks as well. There's been a few stocks that have been pushing all-time highs during these times, and they had a little bit of a correction like 2 hours before the stock market closed today. But it's looking good in my opinion. That was a pretty big correction, but overall that was really good news for crypto. And then, the BlackRock is still trying to get approved for that spot ETF, and they have a good case going, because I don't know if you guys heard that there is a 2x leverage Bitcoin ETF that got approved. So they send out a letter to the SEC and asking like, hey, how come you guys deem this as safe? That's a spot Bitcoin isn't. So for me, that's bullish to know that BlackRock is getting interested in getting into this finally. And they have trillions of dollars. And we hit, I believe it was like a 2 trillion market cap without them when we had the rally. So I can only imagine what plus all the side money is going to bring to the market. That's basically the news and catalyst that can bring Bitcoin to the new all-time high. And it just, to me, just seems like it's bound to happen. Just the way the halving goes. It's always coincidence that news follow around this time. And towards the end of the year is when we start to rally up into the new highs. So let's look at Bitcoin at like 30K last time, which is really good at this price. Like, we weren't a lot of complaining about this price, but a few years ago we were stuck under 10K. And then the rally came, the 24 or the halving came, and then after that, saw what happens, and then we correct. So it's right around the corner. I think May is the month, but I've seen that some with the miners, some have gotten even stronger to where they're producing blocks at 8 minutes instead of the standard of 10. So that actually accelerates it by a little bit if they keep that up. But at these prices, I'm not sure if those miners are on. As it goes up, miners turn off or turn on, and then as the price goes down, certain miners have to shut it down because it's not profitable for them. But in the background, everything's looking good. The hashings were looking good. So it's only a matter of time before we really take off. So especially like BNB, with us building on top of Binance, like they took a pretty big hit, but CZ always usually comes up on top, and I'm sure this will be no different. Binance is definitely a space that's going to stay around. Like, there's a lot of utility. The fees are still low. And then they have someone like CZ. Like, that's one thing that Ethereum doesn't have, is an exchange to also give like back revenue and to help push that volume. But that's why they're a little bit more centralized in that manner.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's really true. So one of the tokens that I really believe in them is BNB. I see huge rally when a lot of people predict like BNB is going to be in the billions, down below 500 billion in the bull market. I strongly believe BNB could even hit 500 to 600 billion, because these guys have huge utility. I mean, the exchange, BNB, like the Binance exchange, runs the whole crypto market. So for me, I think BNB is going to really scale up. And for me, at this point in time, because of the issues with SEC, I mean, it still dropped them from like $300 plus to like $250 something, $240 as I'm talking to you. So for me, I think it's really great to look into BNB. Not financial advice though, but to look into BNB is going to be huge. For ETH, I think one thing that really kind of sustains the ETH price and the market cap is one, ETH is it has like tons of developers. So when you talk about all the chains, the chain that has like a lot of builders, a lot of developers is ETH, you know. So they have like huge ecosystem of contributors. And aside that, you know, the gas fees as well kind of all the time discourages folks from selling and all of that. So for me, I think, you know, BNB is going to pump as well as ETH is also going to pump hard.
Yeah, I agree on that, especially with ETH. ETH is like the main driver, even though like there's other chains that are being and like kind of relieves the gas pressure from ETH. ETH is the way I see it is like ETH is like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's always going to pioneer. They're always going to be the ones that they look at, and then everything follows suit. So one thing I've learned just from the few years I've been in the space is the way the money flows. It goes into Bitcoin, it goes into ETH, then it goes into different like smaller altcoins, and then it goes into the smaller ones, and then it does another one. Like it goes into Bitcoin again, and then we start going into that bear market. That's, you know, it's always necessary to correct, especially with the way Bitcoin or any of these cryptos move so volatile. Emmanuel, I got actually a question for you with since you're into the development side of everything is, have you looked at other chains? Like, is there any other chains that have attracted you more so like recently during this bear market? Because I know like Matic, they've been really well with the development. So I saw a lot of fish with them.
Yeah, man. That is really like, you know, it's a huge part of, I mean, you know, most of these layer 2s are built on ETH already. So it's more of kind of EVM compatible. Even BNB, they all kind of have the same ETH structure. So like Arbitrum, like Optimism, these guys, one that I've really like built close relation with is Arbitrum. Kind of got close to the founder through some few meetings on me joining this EF stuff. So Arbitrum is a chain that I'm really looking into like building. They have a very well I mean system as well as Optimism. They have like more well structured them as well. Yeah, Polygon is just a Polygon is apparently just like the same thing as ETH. It's like ETH's younger brother, something like that. So yep, because you can just deploy the same structure on Polygon, same as it has kind of absolutely the same thing when you're building stuff. Just that, you know, Polygon is layer 2, cheap gas fees, and ETH is layer 1. I mean, the big boy.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see that layer 2 kind of ease into ETH, because it's definitely needed. And I imagine once that gets fixed, like everyone's going to want to start building on ETH again. Like I remember when ETH was the only one and the fees were like feasible, but then, you know, the rallies come, adoption comes. And that's one thing that I feel like sometimes the main core developers are a little slow on. But then again, it's like, I don't know. It takes time. Like I know it takes years to develop scaling. I've heard like Ethereum scaling like 3-4 years ago when they started talking about ETH 2.0. So I think once they figure that part out and they get that going, a lot of people are going to start jumping onto that again, because that was the one that really showed me the capacity of what like Web3 is capable of. Like before I was just an investor, like I liked Ethereum, I liked Bitcoin, I liked the main blue chips. But it was when I learned about DeFi and the tokenization of tokens and like assets that I was like, wait a second, I've been just following Bitcoin, but I think I've been sleeping on Ethereum. And then once I figured it out, once I saw that, I saw how DeFi started to come. When Uniswap came over, I was like, yeah, like there's a reason why they chose ETH over everything else. So that's one thing that I've looked into with like Binance kind of did the same thing when they released the smart chain. And they came out with Pancake Swap, and then the 1inch, like the amount of volume that got taken out from or I think at the time it was Pancake, and then they called it like a vampire attack or something like that. When basically I think over the first couple of weeks, like billions of dollars went into the other decentralized exchange. And that's when I was like, okay, any other blockchain that's gonna be doing that, we got to start looking out how they're gonna do their dexes, because that's where the money starts to flow in a lot. That's where the volume goes into. So like for me, that's what I start to watch out for now when I start hearing new blockchains on the rise. Arbitrum, like I heard of them only because of that airdrop. So I'm starting to think I need to look more into it, because I mean, you just brought it up and I know you have a different eye for these kind of things. I just look at it from like one, as an investor, but then two, like how it can scale up and build like a whole ecosystem within it. And that's how these guys are able to boost in market cap, is by actually having utility behind the token and it not just being like a token. Looks like we're losing Emmanuel. I was going to ask him about that a little bit more, see if there's anything being built there. So, with us, we're minting on ETH already, so I'm really excited. Hopefully the fees don't stop us too much, but if anybody here, like I was saying, sometimes you can wait certain times of day. I don't know the website, but there is a website that it shows a chart at what times the gas kind of slows down, and that's when you want to optimize it. Definitely on the weekends, they seem to slow down a little bit, but whenever the price is moving a lot, I would probably stay away from that, just because they clog the network up a lot. And when people are buying and selling, there's the DEXs that's built inside of Ethereum, so that also will congest. And then there's people that don't mind paying the gas fees and will just boost it up. Like they will even like pay more to get these transactions through.
Tabs always coming through with the tips.
Yeah, I've been watching. That's all I do. It's just kind of try to scope it out and try to look at it from a different perspective. I've actually had a few people, because I'm just as vocal about, like the way I talk here, I'm very vocal on like my social media. I really want to just inspire people and change their lives by showing them that there is a way to get into the space without being like feeling like it's risky or that it's a bunch of scams, because honestly, all this stuff really changed my life. And one of the things I've noticed is how fast this is not just changing my life, but other people's life, and just the economy. Like being able to have access to money is so key that I think a lot of people kind of look over that part when it comes to crypto. They just look at it as an instrument to try to get rich overnight and completely ignore the underlying asset behind it. And that's where I just try to push that, because if eventually someone's going to listen. I don't care if I'm talking to a wall, but eventually someone's going to hear that echo bounce off and they're like, what is that guy talking about? And that to me is like worth more than anything, honestly.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I go rugged. Somebody called my line, like no more call, so I had to just.
Yeah, I saw you got rugged. It's all right. I know how it is.
Oh, alrighty, guys. Well, we're live. We're deployed. Hey, Sasha, do we have a post ready for this? A link or something? But we can go live. We're live, guys. It's live. Everyone that was whitelisted on the pre-sale whitelist is able to mint right now. And I'll whitelist the if you're a holder of our previous NFTs on the BSC side, we'll whitelist those guys after we get the first 100, because if we get those guys in, it'll mess up the first 100 mints. And so everyone that's on the whitelist is going to be able to mint right now. We'll let these guys go for a day or so and see how that goes, and then we'll just open it up to everybody, and then we'll whitelist the BSC guys. The one thing was holding me up was cross mint, and it looks like for cross mint production I got to do a bit of a verification process, so it's going to take a few hours, but it does look like I'll be able to get that within the next 20. It says less than 24 hours, so I'll put it. We'll update everybody with the post when Crossman's live. But feel free, go get your. If you were on the whitelist, man, feel free to go get a free mint at the very least.
Yeah, I can do an official post now if it's ready to announce.
So I want to ask something. So how many mints can each free mint? Is it one?
See, every wallet gets one free mint during the first 100 mints. So
Oh,
if you were whitelisted, whitelisted wallets, if you were whitelisted, you can go mint a free NFT. Now, if you get 10, obviously you're going to have to pay for the other 9.
Yeah, I got you. So I was whitelisted, but I don't know. Connecting my wallet though. Oh, okay. It's BNB. Yeah. ETH. I want to be on ETH. Yeah. What is wrong?
Someone pinned the post when they got the post, and anyone that was whitelisted, if you got any issues, if you were supposed to be whitelisted and it doesn't look like you are, just reach out to us. We'll hook you up.
Yeah. So I was whitelisted though, but I'm connected. The mint is not like I don't know. It's not responding to me.
Give it a sec. Send me your address, and I'll double check to see if you're whitelisted. If you weren't whitelisted, it's going to be disabled.
Yeah, because I went through it. I'm coming. Just trying to get you the wallet address. Okay.
And just post it on this Twitter. Just post it on our anybody that doesn't look like you're whitelisted, but you should have been. Just post your address on this thing, on this Twitter space, and I'll go through them and add them in.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna post it in the comments.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, post it in the comments.
Okay. Else, I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna try to use my phone to try it out. Maybe I'm using it on the desktop, so I don't know. I just pinned it up. I pasted a link. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
I'm just on all of our socials trying to share the official post. I will be back to speak once I've posted it everywhere.
Yeah, man. So I'm honestly super pumped with how the artwork came out. We're working with this really cool artist and agency, and we have plans for probably about 2 or 3 different more arcs coming out over the next year or so. Which the next arc is going to be villains, so we'll come out with a set of villains, and then we're going to keep coming out with new different storylines every few months and dropping the artwork. Anyone who bought the original will have access to a free one, and then also some whitelist spots as well. So grab a hero and you'll be in the game for a while.
Yeah, I love that we've got like different kind of chapters coming out, because it just means that we're always going to have something exciting to share with the community. And it was already fun, like coming up with all of the designs that we already have. So I'm looking forward to deciding on what the villain traits should be and stuff like that. It'll be so cool.
Yeah, I'm with that. I like the mutation aspect of things. And with that, it honestly gives us a lot of like ability to even do even more so. Like I've seen some of the people that we've partnered before or that we've like talked to, where they'll create like a whole different, I guess, aspect to mutate or, you know, do the villain aspect of it. So that could also bring more utility down the road for us.
Hey, Manuel, which one did you, where did you post that address? You said it was in the comments? Let's see. I don't see any comments. Manuel, you still there?
Hey, I can send it to you, Tyler. I've got it here.
Okay.
So I've shared the official post on Twitter and Telegram, so I just need to do a couple of other places, but I can't wait till people start letting us know that they got their free mint.
Yep. I just added, Emmanuel, I just added whatever address you were sent, and then I also added Roller.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to connect my wallet.
Are you using MetaMask?
No, I'm using Trust Wallet. And normally when I connect, it just showing my balance in BNB. I don't know. Let me try to. I'm coming. Let me try to check this out.
One thing you may know that I've noticed, I don't know if it was an update with Trust Wallet, but it might already be set to ETH on the default, but if you click the three dots, sometimes it might be set on a different network. Like those times where, for me, for the most part, it is set to ETH, but I'll be trying to do BSC things and it won't read my wallet. And I've noticed that it's because like that option is selected for a different chain. So then I have to like reload restart the wallet and stuff like that. And then it works.
Yeah, so I've checked here. Like the network is ETH. The network here is ETH. But when I check the balance in the SideKick, it gives me my BNB total balance in BNB, and the mint doesn't show up. But I'm trying to use my phone. Maybe it's because I'm using my, I'm trying to use my phone. I think maybe that's gonna solve the problem for me.